Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and greetings. We from Group 8 of Set 5 of Subject EPPA2823 Business Law will present our topic of the reflection video on 63 Malaysian Umrah pilgrims stranded in Saudi Arabia. Our lecturer's name is Dr. Afaf binti Abdul Halim from the Faculty of Economics and Management UKM. Starting with myself, my name is Adam, and with my other group members, Abdul Aqil, Danish Azriq, and Egha Adzra. In this reflection video, we will talk about our fieldwork research regarding the 63 Malaysian Umrah pilgrims stranded in Saudi Arabia during the year 2022. We will present this based on the case background, chronology of the case, legal principles, and acts of legal provisions.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Aqil. So for my video reflection, I will talk about Umrah scamming news. This is a real case of an Umrah scam that left 63 Malaysians stranded in Saudi Arabia in 2022, including 35 children. They were taken by a religious group Tariqat Naqshbandi Al-Khalidiyah, which failed to complete the Umrah by not taking them to Mecca. This getting worse when Saudi authorities expelled the group's leaders in August. After that, the Malaysian government had to step in to bring the pilgrims homes. The first group returns in November 2022. The incident highlights the importance of legal oversight. Under the Tourism Industry Act 1992, only registered licensed travel agencies can be offered Umrah package. If they fail in their duties, such as by scamming or misleading pilgrims, their license can be revoked and can face legal actions. A similar scams involved Embrace Travel in 2024, where the company ignored refunds orders for the Consumption Tribunal. Over 589,000 ringgit was owed to the victim. This scam highlight the need for vigilance and tighter regulation to protect the public. Thank you.
The incident began in March when a total of 63 Malaysian Umrah pilgrims were taken to Madinah by the Naqshbandiyah Al-Khalidiyah group to perform Umrah. However, they were only in Madinah and were not taken to Mecca to complete the Umrah. Later in June, the pilgrims were stranded in Saudi Arabia. Fast forward to 20th of August, the leader of the religious group was expelled by the Saudi Arabian government due to violations of local laws, particularly regarding visas and performing worship that did not follow official regulations. Later on 4th of November, the first group of 36 pilgrims safely arrived at KLIA at 5:50 a.m. 3 days later, the second group of 4 pilgrims arrived at KLIA. And finally, 5 days later, the last group of 23 pilgrims arrived at KLIA at 1:20 p.m.
Legal analysis, agency responsibilities and travel contracts. Umrah Management Agency are obliged to fulfill all the terms of the promised service. By not sending the pilgrim to Mecca, the pilgrim can claim damage for breach of contract. However, this claim can only be proactively enforced by the pilgrim through the civil courts upon returns to their homeland. Legal analysis, compliance with host country laws. The first one is the principle of lex loci, law of the place of occurrence. The second one is all citizens abroad are obliged to comply with the local laws. The third one is the leader of a religious group was believed to have committed a violation of local law. If a tourist or Umrah visa is misused, for example used for purpose other than worship, this can be considered a violation of immigration regulations, giving Saudi authorities the right to take action such as a detention or deportations.
Everyone, my name is Egha Alfahriani, and for the next part is religious compliance and Islamic law. In the Malaysian context, the Malaysian Islamic Development Department or JAKIM and State Islamic Religious Council are involved in ensuring that congregations receive religious advice and counseling so that they are not influenced by deficient teachings or practice before and after the incident. This is important because participation through a tariqat falls under Sharia issues such as fatwas, which are valid under Malaysian Islamic law.
The next one is enforcement and bilateral diplomacy. Diplomatic action was carried out in compliance with Saudi Arabian law to maintain close bilateral relations and ensure the continual of special privileges, such as visa facilities, for the Malaysian state. This reflects the principle of legal diplomacy, where countries respect each other's laws while upholding the rights of their citizens through diplomatic and consular channels.
The 1963 Vienna Convention on Consular Relations recognized the important role of consular office in assisting their national abroad, including in the matter of welfare, legal guidance, and also repatriation. In this case, the Malaysian Embassy in Riyadh and the Consulate in Jeddah coordinate the repatriation of 63 plagiarism in stage, starting from 4 November 2022 and ending on 12 November 2022.
Acts and Legal Provisions. Tourism Industry Act 1992 Act 482. Relevant provisions. Section 6, Subsection 1 prohibits any person from carrying on the business of a tour or travel operator without a valid license from the Ministry of Tourism. Section 6, Subsection 2. Any party or contravenes this section may be fined not exceeding Rm 50,000 ringgit or imprisoned not exceeding 5 years or both. Relevance. If a religious order or organizer is not registered as a legitimate travel agency, they have committed an offence under this Act.
The second act is Consumer Protection Act 1999, subsection 599. Its provision is based on Section 53 and 54, where it protects consumers from dishonest practices, fraud, or services that do not meet the requirements of the contract. For example, if a pilgrim pays for an Umrah package but is not taken to Mecca as promised, this is a breach of the contract of service and the pilgrim can make a civil claim. The third is Sharia Criminal Offences Act. Each state has its own enactment, but most contain provisions. For example, the Selangor Sharia Criminal Enactment 1995, in Section 13, Heretical Teachings, where anyone who teaches or practices teachings contrary to Islamic law can be fined or imprisoned. There is also Section 10, where insulting or questioning religious authority. The relevance here is that if the order is proven to be spreading deviant teachings, the religious authorities can prosecute in the Sharia court.
So now I will be explain about the Immigration Acts 1959 or 63. The Acts 155 can indirectly affect Malaysia plagiarisms. Let's say a plagiarism goes to Saudi Arabia and overstay their visas. This is a violation of visa rules and is unusual handled by the by the Saudi authorized. But this can still affect the plagiarism in the future, even though Acts 155 doesn't directly punish them. Malaysian immigration may take into the account during the future visa application. In short, breaking visa rules overseas can affect your travel letters, even in Malaysia. So we need to always follow the visa condition. Thank you.
To conclude our video, it is notable that this incident involved a combination of several aspects. Firstly is the immigration and local Saudi laws regarding visa violations. Second is the Umrah management contracts, such as agency responsibilities. Third would be the diplomatic and consular roles, such as repatriation and assistance. And finally is the Sharia and religious counseling aspects, such as Jakim and religious counsel. Overall, this incident illustrates how several branches of law interact in dealing with the issue of Malaysian Umrah pilgrims stranded abroad. This incident highlights the importance of complying with the laws of the host country when performing Umrah. Good cooperation between the Malaysian and Saudi governments and compliance with the regulations set are key to ensuring the safety and smoothness of running the Umrah. That is all from us. Thank you for watching.